Hey, my name is Hunter and I am a plant collector, but today I wanted to talk to you about the ecological toll that the fertilizer industry is putting on our planet currently. This isn't going to be exclusive to houseplants. A lot of it is going to be talking actually about agriculture and fertilizing that, but it also talks about the production of fertilizer, so of course that's going to relate to houseplants. Anyway, let's get into it. I don't think it comes as much of a surprise that the fertilizer industry is highly unsustainable at its current state. For example, agriculture is the second largest contributor to worldwide pollution that's resulting in climate change. And clearly, fertilizers have a big part of that. Nitrogen and ammonia are the most commonly used chemicals for fertilizers, and making them requires a lot of energy that of course is created by burning fossil fuels. Together, these two chemicals are responsible for over 3% of global greenhouse gas emissions. These fertilizers are still emitting greenhouse gases post-application and are typically overused due to companies, of course, trying to push the use and overuse of fertilizers. Due to plants not being able to absorb nitrogen gases as they can with oxygen and carbon dioxide, only about 50% of the nitrogen that is applied is actually absorbed by the plant, and that's through root absorption. Although nitrous oxide is only a small portion of greenhouse gases worldwide, it is around 300% more impactful than like carbon dioxide. Fertilizers, of course, are also notorious for polluting our waterways. When the fertilizers are in high concentrations in our waterways, they can actually cause dead zones, which means it kills everything in that area. And it can also cause toxic algal blooms, which I'm not super familiar with, but I'm pretty sure those can also kill other living creatures in the water. Our fresh water being polluted is clearly not a good thing, since we do kind of need it to live. I guess us. Our ozone layer is also being affected by the use of fertilizer, which is basically deteriorating it. So you may be wondering, what are some things we can do to decrease the ecological damage that is being caused by the fertilizer industry right now? Well, here are a few things. One, we can come up with new methods to create these fertilizers that require less energy, therefore decreasing the burning of fossil fuels. Another way is to start using less nitrous oxide without, of course, decreasing the yields of crops. We're going to need that as the world population continues to grow, and clearly that's not going to stop anytime soon. A few ways that we can use less nitrous oxide is to, one, of course, apply less since it is currently overused. There can also be monitors put in the ground to determine and accurately measure the absorption of the fertilizers. Using slow release fertilizers can also help, since the plants have more time to absorb it. And then also changing the time of application. I'm not entirely sure what the article that I was reading meant by that, but it was on there. I personally think that we should start holding these companies more accountable, since they are pushing the overuse of the fertilizers. They're clearly doing it just for profit, and I'm sorry, but the environment, the people, our world is a little more important than their profits. Actually, I'm not sorry. We can also start increasing the amount of organic fertilizers that are being used. These would be like manure and urine. These are already being produced by livestock and cattle anyway, so we might as well repurpose them to grow some crops. It would also help cut down on the production of the chemical fertilizers. Another thing that can help would be cutting down on food waste, which is another topic in itself. And of course, the less produce we waste, the less that's going to have to be produced in the future. Alrighty, that is all I have for now. I'm going to link the 2 articles that I used to find all this information in the description. I recommend you do read those. They're pretty informative. And the one specifically from mit.edu, it has a lot of different articles that are kind of linked within itself, so you can get pretty in-depth with climate change. And if you found this video informative at all, I would really appreciate it if you could share it with a friend who might also find it informative or entertaining. And if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this in the future. I do plan on doing one about commonly poached houseplants, because from what I've read, it's a little more popular than it should be. Anyway, that is it. Thanks for watching. Bye.